Hello, here we are with a hands-on with the Sony Xperia Z2 tablet. This is the 4G model. So we've been testing this for a few days and a full review will be available on blog.clove.co.uk and youtube.com/Clove Technology in the very near future, so be sure to check that out. But we thought we'd give you a quick tour of the device and show you some of the key features here. So let's start on the front here. We're dominated by this 10.1-inch touchscreen display. It's HD resolution, 1920 by 1200. It's the same display as the original tablet Z, but it's very good in our opinion. We like it. It's got good viewing angles. If we take a look at the bottom of the device here, we've got the magnetic charging pins for connecting this to a magnetic charging dock. We've got a 3.5mm headphone jack in the bottom left-hand corner here. On the left side of the device, we've got the volume up and down key and the power button. You'll notice how the design transitions across the Xperia Z line of devices. On the top, we've got a couple of ports, the first of which is the micro SD port. Now, we've got a little cover over that because this is an IP rated tablet. You need the covers over that. And you've got the micro SD slot there, but you've also got the micro SIM card slot because this is a 4G enabled tablet. So you can insert your SIM and memory card there. And then under the next cover is the micro USB port for charging for data connectivity to a computer. Also acts as a USB host, and that is also the port for MHL out. We then have an infrared port here for using this as remote control for your television. We've then got a microphone as well, and then on the right side it's completely flush. Coming back to the front, you can see that the buttons are all built into the software. There's no physical keys, and there's quite a big bezel around the sides here on the right and the left, but that actually works quite well for actually holding the device and gripping it. Just down here in the corner we do have a speaker, and we have the same on the other side. You might just pick that up just there. So it's stereo speakers on here, and they're very impressive, and we'll come back to that in a moment. We've got the Sony logo, we've got the front-facing 2.2 megapixel camera, got a light sensor, and also a notification light over here as well. Now, if we flip over to the back, we've got a soft touch back panel here. It's really nice, feels good to the touch, and has an air of quality about it. We've got the Xperia branding down here. Now behind here would usually be the Sony logo, but we've just covered up some stickers we've got on here for privacy purposes. We've got the NFC area of the device here, and we've got the 8 megapixel camera just up here. So there's no flash on this, but it records at 1080p. Built in under this cover is a 6000 milliamp hour battery. So this thing is packed to the rafters with actual features. We've got a quad-core processor in here, 3 gig of RAM. It is a fantastic device, all told. It's kind of like a scaled up Sony Xperia Z2 smartphone. So we've got all the apps you would expect pre-installed on here. Because it's a Google Android device, we can of course install our own. We can customize the way these apps display thanks to Sony's additions here. Sony do put on their own apps on here to enhance the device, and some offer really good additional value. You've got the remote control that I spoke about, so that's for controlling media equipment such as television. You've got your track ID. This is PlayStation Mobile certified, so you can play your PlayStation Mobile games on here. You can connect up a PlayStation controller. You've got Sony's music and video services on here as well. We can drop down here from the top, and we've got some quick access to settings. These can all be edited. You can choose which ones you want to display, and you can also change the order in which they display as well, which is quite handy. If we go through into the settings, you can see what we get here. So all of your usual things, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you've got your Xperia connectivity here. This is where it explains about mirroring your screen, connecting the games controller. You've got data usage monitor. You've got your personalization, so that's your wallpapers, your themes and everything like that. You can also choose what displays in the status bar, so battery percentage, etc. So we can customize that here. You'll see that we've got call settings. This is a phone as well as a tablet, so you can make and receive calls, send text messages, as well as do all your normal email things with Wi-Fi switched on, or you can use the 3 or 4G connection through the SIM card slot here. So you've got all those usual sort of settings that you would expect. This is a really powerful tablet. You can control the display with the usual sort of things such as brightness, white balance. You can control the font size. You've even got double tap to wake up the device. We've then got some of the sound settings here as well. So you've got sound effects such as Clear Audio Plus to help optimize the audio, into sound enhancements, and you've got this full equalizer here that you can customize and switch on different effects here. Sorry about the reflection on the screen here. This is quite a reflective device, and it does also pick up a lot of fingerprints as well. But you may just see here we've got clear phase, X loud, and you can change the settings to your personal preferences and control all the equalizer settings so you get the best sound going. Come out of that, you've got all of your sort of power management. Of course, this has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, but you've got Sony Stamina mode on here. The battery life is probably one of the biggest disappointments on here. It's not bad, but not as good as some other tablets out there. Language and input, backup and reset. You can add all your different accounts on here to expand the capability of this device. So be it your Google account, your Exchange server account, it can all be on here. So let's just show you about the device. So it's running Android version 4.4.2. It's the model number SGP521. So that's a quick look at those bits there. I suppose what I will just show you very quickly is the storage. So 16 gig of internal storage. Now we've got some content on here, but you get about 11, 10 and a half, 11 out of the box actually available to you. So it's not bad, it's not great, but you've then got the micro SD card slot for storing your media. You've got the micro USB port you can use for USB hosting as well. So I mentioned that this is a phone, so we can go into the app tray here, and you've got your standard phone dialer. We've tried it, it works great. You've got your text messaging on here as well. Of course, it's a big old device to do that sort of thing on, but you can do that if you want. So you don't necessarily need to have just a data SIM inserted into this device either. Got all your sort of normal personalization options here, like so. Let's go back to the home screen, just go into the album. So we took a few sort of images on here, we're just messing about, testing it. So there you go. I'm just going to play you back a little bit of video. Now I have messed around with the settings, so it's not going to be perfect audio. So it's not a scientific test there, but you could see how the decibel meter was going, and we were getting between the high 70s and mid 80s on there. The screen looks quite good, it's reflective, the colours are vivid, really quite impressed. So it's like a big Android smartphone really, just in a tablet form at 6.4 millimeters thick. It's really quite incredible, this device. It's so thin, and it's lighter than its predecessor as well. Just quickly touch into the camera here. Now it's an 8 megapixel camera, as we mentioned on the back there, but you've got quite a few settings for a tablet camera. So you've got superior auto, you've got manual mode, background defocus, AR effect, creative effects, time shift burst, social live, sweep panorama and vine. I'm not going to go through them all, but you go into manual mode, you've got all your traditional sort of settings where you can set smile, shutter, focus mode, you can change the resolution of the image, you can switch between standard camera shots and video recording. This does record in full 1080p. You can switch to the front-facing camera here as well if you like. So there we go, there we are. Switch back. So this will come with a full 24-month warranty. You've got so much technology packed into this. It weighs in at 439 grams, so that's quite light for a 4G enabled tablet. It really does look the part, so be sure to check out more at clove.co.uk as well as youtube.com/Clove Technology. Thanks for watching.